Welcome to the Valorant Fantasy League Design Sessions. If you don't know what the VFL is, it's a fantasy league for Valorant, which is a game that has pro players who make hundreds of thousands of dollars and travel the world to compete in front of tens of thousands of people. So this creator, Thinking Man's Valorant, TMV, launched a fantasy league a couple weeks ago, and so we're going to be redesigning this, the user experience and the user interface, to see how we might find opportunities to improve it. Right now, we're going to document the existing experience so that we can look back on it later and see the improvements we made. Right now, this is the homepage. You can register with Discord. You can watch a video, create your team fixtures and leaderboard, which are all in the top navigation. So we're going to hop over to team, and this is where you build your team. You click on a card, you add players. There's four different roles here plus your bench. So you add, I think it's 11 players total. And then once you do that, you save your team. We'll just stop here for now. And I'll show you that if I hover over a player card, I get some options: IGL, bench, or remove. Benches obvious. Remove is pretty obvious. IGL is a mechanic where that player gets double points for the week. So only one player can be designated to IGL, and they make double points for that week. I'm going to get a lot of errors here in the top right. This project is in beta and it's not been working well with my account, so hopefully we'll get that fixed. But for now, okay, and then you can also hover over the card and you can see their points for the week. There's 3 different categories for points: kill points, map points, and bonus points. This week hasn't been played yet, so everybody has 0. And then price is how much each player is costs. So you have your price points up here. You get 100 to build your whole team, and so you have to make choices between your players. And so this is how much each player costs. And then you can name your team. Save all changes. So again, I'm having all sorts of errors here, but that's team management, and that's actually where we're going to start our redesign. It's really one of the cores, if not the core, to the experience for the VFL. So this is going to be the page that we start with. All right, fixtures is, I don't know why they're called fixtures and not just upcoming schedule, because we just see the upcoming games here. So fixture view, table view allows us to dig in and say, okay, each team, kind of like battleship format. Here's the team, here's who you play. So that's fixtures. Leaderboard, it shows the leaders for the current week. So they're about to start week 4, so I think all these numbers, they're at 0. So this shows the week, and then you can see the entire split, which, think of a split as like part of a season, half season, something like that. And you can see who's winning overall, and you can hop in and see their teams, which is pretty cool. Let's see, rules. You just have a bunch of accordion menus here. Nothing crazy. If you want to read these, I'll let you pause the video. Same for FAQs. And then tips. And we have a different video for each of these. Okay, so the same video for rules and FAQs, and then a different video for tips. And then player stats. So all these players that you can add to your team. This is where you look up their stats. So if I wanted to look up Jogamo, okay, here's his stats. So this week hasn't been played yet, so he hasn't ordered any points, but total is 50. He costs 15. Here's his role. Here's his team. We can also sort by price. So maybe I only want to find players who are under 7 points. So you can see this price points 7, 7, 7. And then I can also search by I can also search by team. So here I see all the players from Heretics, and then you can, all these filters work together. So you're not so you can use all these filters together basically. Okay, and then guide and account are not there. So you might look at this and be like, oh, this is incomplete. As somebody who has worked on a lot of software and websites and web apps over the years, this is great. You want to be launching your beta. You want to be getting things into users' hands as soon as possible so that they can be a part of building the platform, and you don't launch with it's not just that you don't launch with bugs, it's that you launch with something that people really like. So doing a beta where it's working but not perfect is really the best way to create software. There's reasons why you might not want to do this sometimes, but in an ideal world, you would do this every time. So I'm really glad to see that the VFL team has taken this approach. Um, by the way, not affiliated with the VFL. This is something that I've just been kind of opportunistic on. They launched this about 3 weeks ago, and I needed a project where I could kind of build publicly. So I thought I'd look at this and look for opportunities to improve it. Maybe we can get involved with them, down the road once we have something that is might be useful to them. And I got to say, actually, we might have that already. I started this about 2 days after the product launch, so I think that was about 3 weeks ago, and I've been working on it when I can. And I'm pretty far down the road on it. I just frankly had issues with a lot of the recordings, etc. So we're going to kind of start from scratch and go through each of the steps in the process, and I'll upload them as we go, and we'll get to see the process moving forward. That's it for this one.